Hello, welcome to my channel, Autumn and the Mage. This is a general reading in regards to love for Sagittarius. Excuse me, it is general, so it might not resonate for you. If some portion of it really doesn't sit right for you, don't try and force it. I am looking this week into the next 3 months for you, Sagittarius. We're taking a look at what you might expect to see, what is coming towards you, and possibly advice on how to approach all of it. So I'm going to be using many oracle decks this week, starting first with this one, which is called the Wild Wisdom Australia. Can we get 2 more cards for Sagittarius in regards to love for the next 3 months? And 3 months is the outside window. Some of this might be happening for you sooner, or you might be seeing pieces of it, quite quickly. But can we get 2 more messages? Can we get 2 more? I'm sorry, I looked down at the card and it's such a weird, oh, that's so cute. Look at its face. Isn't it cute? It says Tawny Frogmouth is what it's called. And it says synchronicity. I haven't gotten that card out at all before, so I'm going to end up pausing the video to read about it, but let's get the other 2 out real quick. Can we get 2 more for Sagittarius in regards to love for the next 3 months? Synchronicity. I mean, that talks about things lining up, right? And things matching up. Maybe that just the word speaks to you, synchronicity. All right, we get the dragonfly, which says evolve. Okay, so things possibly changing, things lining up for you and changing. Can we get 1 more? The evolve card talks about the importance of change, and how change is a part of growth. I mean, it's necessary. When you think about things evolving, they evolve to adapt to their situation better, and so yeah, perhaps there's some change coming in for you. Oh my gosh, I've not had this hard of a time getting a card out for any other sign. Sagittarius. Can we please get 1 more message for Sagittarius? Yep. See what you did there. 1 more card, please, for Sagittarius. I'll be patient. I'm sorry. In regards to love for the next 3 months, please. That's 3 cards. It keeps spitting out like multiples. Can we get 1 more card, please, for Sagittarius? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Wedge-tailed eagle. What does that say? Oh, higher realms. Higher realms. Interesting. Another card I've never gotten before. So I'm going to pause the video and read about them. So the synchronicity card does talk about synchronicity. Things just like lining up around you. And also possibly about some kind of issue that you've had like becoming clear to you suddenly. Like all of a sudden it's like resolved and it's in and you understand it. Okay. The evolve is, of course, about evolving. And it also talks about remaining positive in change. You know, change is important and it's necessary, and it's helping you in your growth, and it's helping you like move towards things that you want and that will bring you happiness. So to be grateful for the changes and to remain positive while they're happening. And then last, that wedge-tailed eagle, the hyper realms, it talks about ego and not being aware of ego and not allowing your ego to don't like put yourself above other people. Don't let your ego become who you are, basically, and don't put yourself above others. And then also, if you just stand strong in who you are, then you show that to the people around you, and then they know how to treat you. They know and they're better with you because you're displaying that strength just by being you, as opposed to a more like overbearing kind of method. I don't know. I don't know how that resonates for you, Sagittarius. I feel like we've had conversations in the past about ego, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. But let's go ahead and get, so if we're looking at, whoa, 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 whoa. That went a little crazy. There's some kind of change happening for you, but also an understanding of something that you've been trying to understand. And, you know, things lining up and making sense to you, okay? And then also just this message about standing strong in who you are. You know who you are, and be strong in that. And don't step too strongly into your ego. Then we also get, we get confidence. That's funny, because I was just talking about like standing strong in who you are, and that alone is a message to people around you. I mean, it states things clearly, just being confident in who you are, and then you don't have to do extra. You don't have to, yeah, I feel like that's the best way. The best wording that's coming to mind is you don't have to do extra to like prove yourself, or which is really, that's what stepping into ego is about, you know, like becoming more concerned with, with everyone else instead of yourself, you know, and how they think of you and yeah. And so just be confident and stand in that confidence, which you totally are capable of, Sagittarius. So maybe this is just something that you're just naturally stepping into within the next 3 months. It's been so interesting. These readings have felt more like just like life, than specifically love, or not romantic love anyway. It's felt more like it's about everything else in life. And maybe we all as a collective like need to spend less time focusing on that specific someone, or maybe many of us are already involved. And so when you're thinking about focusing on other things like family and stuff, that would include that person. But closure, that's interesting. Not only on top of this evolve card, but with that synchronicity card, because it talks about something making sense to you now, that like maybe there's something that you've been holding on to, and you've been struggling with it, and so now things are kind of lining up, and it's allowing you to kind of let it go in a healthy way, because closure talks about healthy release, you know. And so yeah, something that was definitely a positive to look forward to, healthy closure of something. Can we get one more, please, for Sagittarius? I keep thinking that I'm saying Sagittarius wrong. I don't know what word I expect it to be, but it keeps feeling like it's coming out wrong. And really, honestly, no other sign has had this slow of a drop rate on the cards. I don't know what that means for you, Sagittarius. Happiness. Well, that's That's beautiful. That card talks about happiness being here and allowing yourself to feel it, to feel that happiness that's there. Opening yourself up to it, because you have to open yourself up to happiness or you won't experience it, which is sad. Because I think people who are unhappy don't realize that they're holding themselves back from that happiness. But yeah, with this closure, the evolve, the synchronicity, all of these things, like positive things are wanting to happen for you and positive doors are wanting to open. So just uh, let it, let it. Can I please get 3 messages for Sagittarius? Okay, that's more than 3. How many more than 3 do we have here? 1, 2. We got 6 cards. You were just waiting for the right deck, huh? I see how you operate there. We'll take all 6. I'll read them all to you, okay? With this deck, there's messages on both sides, but I've been only reading the side that faces up when it comes out, because I feel like that's the message that's intended. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first card out was being fair and reasonable will earn you respect and admiration, but being genuinely kind will make you a total love magnet. Go for love magnet, the universe. Wow. Being fair and reasonable will earn you respect and admiration, but being genuinely kind will make you a total love magnet. I don't know. That message just seems very clear. There's no real need for me to clarify in any way. Be kind, and that will draw in more positive things for you. Don't be fooled by the players and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you, and I know everyone. So also a clear message. You are very loved and you are very lovable. I don't know why you would think that you aren't. I mean, with that confidence card there, perhaps that is part of this message, that in regards to love, you've felt like undeserving of it for some reason. And this is just saying, know that you are. Even with that happiness card, you have to let it happen. You have to believe that you deserve it in order for you to receive it. If you don't believe you deserve it, then it won't come for you. Well, it will come for you, but you won't even see it there. So you have to be open to it in order for you to receive it. So understand that you are worthy of love. Okay. When you finally see what this whole time space thing is all about, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you're going to be so, 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 so happy that you loved as much as you did. This came out in the Aries reading, but yeah, I mean, love is never wasted. Love is never without value and without a purpose. When you're giving love, it's always serving. Okay. And so even though it didn't turn out how you wanted it to, or it was harder than you thought it would be, or whatever reason you think that maybe you shouldn't have given that piece of yourself, it's absolutely wrong. Every time you love, every time you give that out, it serves a purpose, not just for you, but also not just for them, also for you. And maybe you don't see that purpose yet, or maybe you never will, but it most definitely did have a purpose. So love is never wasted. To be beautiful in the eyes of another, simply forget they're watching. Tally ho, the universe. Wow. Again, well, I mean, this message is saying, don't try to impress others, which I kind of felt was coming out with this higher realms and this confidence. Just stand in who you are. Don't try to make them see how awesome you are or how worthy. There's no need to do that extra bit. Okay. Just be you and be confident in you. And that will make you so attractive. Self-confidence is really a very attractive quality. I mean, I think that's pretty common knowledge, but also, when we stand in our own power, we elevate ourselves. And by elevating ourselves, on that level, on that spiritual or that energetic level, however you want to look at it, when you stand strong in who you are, you raise yourself, and that draws in more things for you. So um, then we get, actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons. And usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. Groovy you, the universe. Which again speaks to me about, where was that? Oh, the Be Kind card. And it connects to that for me, because this is like saying, um, well, I mean, they had their reasons, right? And I don't know, like, instead of judging someone and judging what you think is happening. Sorry, I had kids walk in. I have children. And when I'm doing readings, they have to stay out of the room, but they don't like that very much. So they came back in. And so I don't remember what I was saying, but with that card there, it talks about understanding people and trying to understand. And maybe that's part of what the synchronicity is and this evolve, because you're going to see something. So it's going to make sense, and it's going to help you clear it away with that closure. And so perhaps there is some perspective here that you haven't seen. And if you just approach the situation with kindness and try to understand it from their perspective, then perhaps it will open a door that you didn't see before. It'll make and opening that door. Also, there's an indication here that there's a lot of love behind that door that you're not even seeing, because you're not even acknowledging the door at this point. And if you could see it, if you could open yourself up to it and see it and open that door, then it seems like a lot of love will flood through it. Okay. Think of someone very, very special to you. Now feel yourself bursting with love for them. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak them in that love. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak yourself in my love. Now feel it always, the universe, which is just a card, again, reminding you how loved you are, and like how important you are and how special you are. And so don't forget. And I'm saying these words, and I feel like I can feel someone being like, whatever, but it is the truth. Um, I don't know many Sagittarius, to be honest, but um, but I do know a few, and those few have been very important people to me. Okay, and one of which is my daughter. She's a Sagittarius, but one of which was my best friend for a very large period of time, and maybe one of the most important people in my adult life. And um, Sagittarius, them and the other Sagittarius that I could think of, they're all really great people, and I adore them so much. And I think that many people feel that way about you, and maybe based off of what I'm seeing here, you don't see that. You don't see how much value you have, and maybe trying to, the words that come to mind, I don't want to say because they seem a little bit offensive, but like, I'm not trying to be offensive or insulting in any kind of way. Just be who you are, because that's enough. It's more than enough. It's everything. Okay. And whatever it is that you're like trying to, I want to say compensate with, but that comes across like mean, and I don't mean it in any kind of mean way. I really never do. I mean it in as gentle a way as I can. Like, perhaps there's some way that you're trying to show off more, or you're trying to like present more than what you feel you have, and that comes across as false, even though you don't mean to be. Okay. And so like, just own who you are and have strength in that, because who you are is really fantastic and worthy and wonderful, and just own that. Let me get, this is the last oracle deck we're going to look at. 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. The first one we get was Primrose, which is youthful love. And it says, if I had a single flower for every time I think of you, I could walk forever in my garden. Claudia Adrian Grandi. Well, that's beautiful because wasn't there... No. I was thinking of the Leo reading. Okay. But this card, that message is beautiful because it's saying that you're thought of frequently and that you're thought of in a positive light. But the youthful love card, that message is actually like, when you're young and you fall in love, it's not weighed down by life, and your experiences. And, like as I'm not a very, I'm an older adult. I'm not very, very old, but, anyway, I'm past 30, past 35. Let's just not go there. But anyway, I am older, and with age, I know that I feel the need to be like realistic about love. Like, don't be silly, let's just be realistic about it. And that's like a weight that we put on love. When we just love like we did when we were 16 or 14 or however old you were when you first fell in love, like, maybe you were 19, maybe, I don't know, but when you first love, there's just no weight to it. It's just is what it is, and you just feel it, and it's beautiful. And that is love that you can still experience, and allow yourself to see that as a possibility in your life, and allow yourself to feel it, because you can, and it's real. Let it happen. Believe in love is what that card means. Youthful love. Believe in love like you did when you were young. Okay. Believe in its power because it's powerful, and believe in its existence because it's there. Okay. Can we get 2 more cards for Sagittarius? Possibly. Can we get 2 more cards for Sagittarius, please? You see what happens when I'm sassy and I'm demanding? The decks get mad. Okay. Hydrangea? I don't know how to say that. I can't say it properly. Thankfulness for understanding. Oh, that's beautiful. Before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. Emma Goldman. And that connects with this card right here, No, that's not it. This one, actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reason, and with the synchronicity and this evolve and the closure, like all these cards talk about, and closure doesn't have to mean ending a relationship. It doesn't have to mean ending, like, it could just mean just understanding something. And so you're able to put your confusion to bed, you now see it clearly and it makes sense to you. And so all this time you've had doubt and maybe fears connected to whatever that was. And now you're able to put those doubt and those fears to bed because you understand it. And so opening yourself up, trying to understand from their perspective, that allows you that closure, and before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. It's so, try to understand from whoever it is you're dealing with, from their perspective, so that you can close out whatever confusion is there, whatever fear is there. I really feel like whoever like it is that's you're connecting with, like in these 3 months, it feels like someone from your past, first off, and second, it feels like gosh, you don't realize how important you are to them. You don't realize how much they love you, because they do. They really, I feel like there's a lot of love hiding on the other side of that door, but the only reason why it's behind that door is because you aren't opening that door. Like, you're not letting it happen. But like, step out of that. I don't know why I feel like there's this message about you being, I don't know, stubborn, but the words are escaping me. I can see it, like I can picture it, I can even feel it, but I cannot like put the words out there. there's just this like almost obstinate need to like, I don't know. It just sounds so negative, all the words that are coming to mind, and I just really don't mean to insult in any kind of way. And maybe the energy is reversed and it's not you and it's the person you're dealing with, but there is something there that is just almost like trying to put yourself above it or past it or whatever, but you're not. You're just pushing it in a corner and you're not looking at it and you're not allowing yourself to see it. And so you're just like, the word fronting keeps coming to mind. I don't even know why or how that would apply in this, like what you're showing isn't what you, like you're showing something different than what you are. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. Lilac is the last one here. First, emotions of love. Oh, that's sweet. Love is the magician that pulls man out of his own hat. And so, yeah, that implies that there is love, first emotions of love, and that's that beginning stage, when things are new and exciting, and perhaps you're stepping into that with somebody. Perhaps you're opening the door to it because it was already there. I don't know. But yeah, first emotions of love. All right, can we get 3 messages of advice for Sagittarius, please? Seven of Pentacles, which talks about your investments, okay? In the Seven of Pentacles, we're kind of pausing and taking a look at where we've invested ourselves, and we're like waiting. It is a card of waiting to see what happens. Like, it's a very thoughtful energy. We're very much in our thoughts. It's looking back at where we've invested ourselves and like, and kind of reviewing how we invested ourselves, and like, because this is a moment where you can't do anything. In the Seven of Pentacles here, this moment he's done all that he can, and so he's just waiting. And so but while he's waiting, he's thinking about how he invested himself, and did he invest himself properly, and did he do all that he could. And it's a very thoughtful sort of energy, but as advice, it's kind of like take a moment and step back and like look back at your own actions and your own contributions, and is there some way that you could have acted different? Is there some way that you could have contributed in a different way? And so it's a self-reflection kind of card, okay? We also get the Sun, which is Leo energy, so you might be dealing with a Leo. But the Sun is the happiest card in the deck, and that's happiness. That's like allowing for happiness. And we get that, yeah, we got that happiness card right there. You have to let it happen. You have to let it happen. You have to accept it in your life in order for it to be there. And so see the things around you that bring you happiness, and maybe see it in places you didn't see it before. Open yourself up to that. The Sun card also has to do with children sometimes, so that might play a role in this. You'll have to take that how it resonates. We get the King of Swords, which is be honest. Be honest and be direct. Be honest with yourself, okay, first, and then also be honest with others. Like when you communicate with them, be logical in your communication with them. It's maybe saying that it's possible that you've been really emotional about a situation, and like if you could just like set your emotions just, off to the side for just a second and then look at it like honestly for yourself. And then you can apply those emotions back in, and they might like take on a different look. Like they might shift, because if you can set them aside and look at the situation in a very logical and honest way, then when you bring those emotions back in, yeah, it'll look different. And so the emotions might actually, the phrase "it'll look different" just keeps coming out it just keeps repeating. Like not just the truth, not the truth will look different, because the truth is just the truth, but like your emotions will look different. Oh my gosh, like maybe maybe you've been thinking that you feel a certain way about it, and maybe you're misinterpreting your own emotions, like you're you're thinking, for example, that you're angry, okay? But when you pull out the emotion and you look at the situation directly and truthfully and with clarity, and you pull that emotion back in, now you can see that that emotion is fear. That's just an example. I'm not saying that's what's happening here. That's just a very clear example for me, so that's why I used it. But like sometimes we often connect anger and fear together. And so when we feel fear, it makes us angry. And so we act angry. And so we think we're angry about a situation. But really, when we look at it, we're actually afraid. And so, yeah, so perhaps in doing that, your view of your own emotions will shift. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. So I hope that resonates for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Sagittarius. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed delivering it and receiving it. So thank you so much for letting me be a part of that. And I hope that I hope it resonated. If it did, I'd really love to hear about it. If you wouldn't mind liking the video to let me know. If you feel comfortable posting a comment would be really awesome as well, but definitely not necessary. Thank you so much though for watching the video, because it really means a lot to me. And I wish you good luck and positivity, and I hope I see you back here again next week. Bye.